Good morning. Today's date is 8 9 2026. I've been noticing a lot of videos about black people hanging themselves. I can't believe that black people don't hang themselves. Um, the only people I ever heard of hanging themselves was white people in prison. That was probably because the shower thing. Drop the soap, oops, you get stuck up. So I guess that's why a lot of them got stuck up, or hung themselves. But say black people don't do that. The police, the prosecutors, the judges, all them people should be ashamed of themselves. They deserve to be in jail, you know, because that's not in black folks' DNA. White folks enjoy the hangings, and eventually all the stuff that they do will come back to haunt them. I'm like, they fear black people because we always made a comeback. No matter what has been done, we always came back. They try to erase our history. You can't do it. We're still there in the history. I always tell folks, you want to talk about history? When you want to talk about it truthfully, let's talk about white history. The things that white folks have accomplished in their lives that helped everyone, not just themselves, but everyone. I can't think of anything, I think of every other race has done something to enrich other folks' lives. But the rich white folks came here because they get kicked out of England, actually, and came to America, even though that wasn't a destination that they was going to. They got lost, and the people was here. They had black Indians was here, greeted them warmly, when they came, fed them, taught them how to cook, and what they did they took their land and enslaved people and said this is their land, basically. You know, but this is not just about rich white folks I want to talk about. I want to talk about the black folks that's running around like nothing in the world was wrong with things that the white people have done. You know, it's quite a few people that's out here that's worse than the white people. Because if you're black and you're saying everything that white people did is okay, we deserve it. That's what they're saying, basically. You know, that's a lot of self-hate in yourself, you know. I mean, that's a real bunch of self-hate. They need to look into your history. What did you do coming up? You know, that's like, I looked at XX Officer Tatum. All they do is push things for white folks. You know, I think I look at 4 of his videos. It's nothing but for white folks. You know, what he should do is realize that if they paying him, that's all they're getting paid for. You're getting paid to down his own race, which means his own self too, because if white folks don't like black folks, regardless of whatever you're saying, in their eyes, you're still black, no matter what's happening, you know. And you need to realize that, you know, because they are the problem. There's been more shootings by white folks, more drug use by white folks, more stealing, more robbing. You know, they're the #1 in the whole category. They do the most damage to everything on this earth. They have done the most damage than any other race there is, you know. And I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about the majority of white people who have have money, you know. Back in the days, you know, share, you know, that has some type of power. Those are the worst people. The second worst, I feel, is the house nigger. Those are the people who feel that no matter what white people do, it's okay. You get that, Tatum? You know, but somebody need to do a video about your history. Officer Tatum, let's hear what you have done for your people and what you've done for black people. I hope you like this short video. Hope you subscribe to it, listen to it. And thanks for all of the views that I've had. And y'all have a good day, since this is daytime. Ooh, 3:20 in the morning. All right, y'all have a good night. Okay, bye-bye.